RAWCITY Podcast.
Like and subscribe and smash that like button. Y dejen su comentario ahí abajo.
Por favor, please.
Y capeen el aceite que está ahí abajo en el link. Boom.
We got a couple comments the last time we came up too. I seen that.
Yeah, we did.
That was cool.
You read those comments? I sent them.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
Can't answer everybody.
I mean, nah.
That was good.
I mean, everybody have their own opinion, so.
I liked it.
Lo que tú quieras. Si tú llegaste volando de tu casa, that's you.
¿Qué tenemos hoy?
Claro que.
Let's continue that conversation. Kind of a continuation of that Haiti DR border thing.
La chamaquita.
Yeah. The president of Dominican Republic was in Columbia University today?
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday. It was yesterday. Yeah, I think.
He was in Columbia University yesterday, and he had the college students open mic questioning type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a young lady there that asked him a long, extensive question. You got that question, bro?
Dumb young lady. Yeah, I'm about to play that right now.
Yes, please. Hi, my name is Lizzie George-Griffin. I'm from Chicago, Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
My question is, the Dominican Republic was established as the Dominican Republic after 300 years of colonial rule, which included the enslavement and massacre of imported African people. Like here, America, and other countries affected by colonialism, the legacy of slavery still lives in its laws and practices. Homophobia and transphobia are racist European concepts enforced on enslaved Africans to increase the amount of African children to be enslaved for monetary benefit. Generational trauma from colonialism and slavery also created colorism that is hyper-present in the Dominican Republic. Colorism, as seen today in the maltreatment of Haitian people, especially pregnant Haitian people already in the DR, so not on the border, along with homophobic and transphobic laws and attitudes, are legacies from slavery. What are your plans to rid the Dominican Republic of the racist attitudes of homophobia, transphobia, and colorism?
Let me tell you, 85%
That was
of the
good. That's good.
Dominican
Cut that off before we get.
Alright, so y'all heard what she had to say, right?
Yeah.
First of all, alright.
So the big issue here
Go
was,
ahead,
right?
yeah. Okay.
The big issue here was the disrespect after the question. Her speaking over the president.
Ella no lo dejó hablar.
And then after speaking over him, leaving him with the words halfway through said and
Gave him his back.
gave him her back.
Mm-hmm.
Walked off and sat.
Fact.
But if you hear the way the question was posed, it wasn't a question.
Bro, it looked like she wanted no answer. She went there to ask these questions.
She made a statement.
And she wanted to,
She phrased it as a question.
It seemed like she was reading off of someone who wrote it for her. Even if she wrote it, it was just too computerized, right? It was like kind of boxed in. And she went in with I feel like she went in with an agenda.
No dialogue. She wasn't ready for dialogue.
85% of Dominican are
Quería brillar. Ella quería brillar.
type of race mix.
Piece by piece, bro. She went in with an agenda, right? I'm on her.
Mm-hmm.
She looked like she went in with an agenda. Mm-hmm. I was born and raised in the United States. My entire family is Dominican. Generational, you start changing Puerto Rico, when we bounce around. But predominantly Dominican, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I understand her question.
Which is a mixed race.
I see what she's trying to ask. But the problem with the way she was asking it is that she's pushing an agenda within the question. Right. And is this progressive agenda.
Yeah, but everything she said, the question, she said it as if these are known facts.
Mm-hmm.
And she wanted him to answer to these facts.
They're statements.
Yeah.
Backed by...
And his response was, I respect your opinion,
right?
But it's an opinion.
Hold on, we going part by part. She also added in other things that I don't think go with the question. She added in the transgender movement.
No, because they're trying to paint it as a country that oppresses minorities. So minority groups.
The homophobia.
Yeah, it's a minority group.
I thought it was a Haitian problem. Like is this issue that we.
She's saying. So her point was that we have a history of oppressing small groups of people.
Dominican Republic or the United States?
The Dominican Republic.
Because she said, like here in the United States, and bounced with that plus that plus that plus that. So I think she's not educated on what's going on in Dominican Republic enough to speak on the Dominican Republic.
She's not Dominican.
Oh, she is not Dominican.
Her partner is Dominican.
Yeah, she has a girlfriend that's half.
Entonces, oye, mi hermana, usted nunca ha ido a Santo Domingo.
Hold on, part by part. We're gonna get to that. So she's not Dominican.
No.
Okay. Her partner is Dominican. Let's hear the president's answer. Can you dial into that?
Yeah.
85% of the Dominican people are mixed race. There has never been an issue of race, a real issue of
There's
race.
an issue of race.
That's my opinion.
Today.
That's your opinion, and I am
It's
telling
not
you.
an opinion. It's something that a lot of people.
But my opinion
A lot
is
of people darker than you could tell you.
Yes.
I mean, this should be a respectful
A lot of people
exchange
darker than you?
opinions. So please do
I
not.
would love it to be a respectful exchange.
Yes. So we have never had a problem. Of race. In any society, you have a small area that you can have problems. You have it here in this country. You have it here in a lot of other countries, even in the most democratic. That is for any democratic country and that respect and fight for the rights of the people, that's unacceptable. What I am telling you, that's not a white problem in the Dominican Republic because we are mixed race. Most 85% is a mixed race. We are also daughters or grandsons of immigrants.
What's that right there?
The situation.
Right. So, as you heard, she cut him off a few times. That's highly disrespectful for a leader of any country. It's not because he's Dominican, bro.
Yeah, any president.
Nothing to do because he's Dominican.
And then you hear the moderator. The moderator is like, "Hey, we would love it to be a respectful dialogue."
She doubled down on it over.
Yeah, I would love for it to be a respectful dialogue.
Yeah.
You know?
It was weird. I didn't like it. She seemed like she went there with an agenda.
Yeah, of course she did. Mi hermano, una persona que nunca ha ido al barrio dominicano, porque usted lo que ha ido es a la parte dominicana a turitear. You've been to Punta Cana,
Boca Chica.
Puerto Plata, Boca Chica, the tourist spot in DR. You have to go to the trenches.
The
Usted tiene que ir
whitewash.
al barrio.
Yeah, she went to the
para que usted
whitewash
vea
areas.
el problema que hay allá. ¿Tú me entiendes?
And el problema, but also the unity.
Right.
Because you're not going to see that unity of the way Haitians and Dominicans coexist till you go down to the barrio.
De 200 turistas que van a la República Dominicana, 95 te van a decir que en la República Dominicana no hay racismo como ella lo quiso poner. Es como le dijo el presidente. Claro, en toda sociedad tú tienes un grupo de idiotas que sí son sus racistas, pero en la República Dominicana nadie... Tú no vas a ver eso de discriminación. Yeah. Aquí se ve más que allá.
I think that I'm giving her a break.
She's projecting.
I'm giving her a break because she comes from a group of people, a very progressive group of people that are coming up now.
Right.
A group of people. Society now coming up is very progressive. So it's almost the same argument in every single discussion.
They bring it there, always.
It's always that same pocket of things being spoken about. Transphobia, homophobia,
yeah, but the thing is, like,
colorism, black this, racist this.
Yeah,
it's always the same bag.
She knew that she had to end that conversation because the president was going to pick her apart. Some of the most successful people in our country, Dominican Republic, are gay. Either lesbian, right? Or homo, like,
bro, for her to say that the Dominican Republic is
homophobic, we have
crazy.
We have people all over television, all over radio, all over everything. Politicians,
ella no tiene
everything.
La chácata ni la ñata en Instagram.
No, but these are like regular people. We're talking about really respected.
You could touch on that a little bit.
Really respected people from the from that community that are represented, respected in our country.
Facts.
And they are free will. What we see here, right, the abuse that they have endured here, or like the bullying and stuff like that, is rare when you see it in DR. Almost all the pretty women in DR, you go to the club, There's a gay man with them at the club.
100%.
Right? Most of them have their gay best friends. If there's a cold or whatever and you meet a new girl, you know she has a gay friend, he comes to the club. We don't be like, you can't come, you can't bring the gay. Like, there's none of that. So I don't understand. I don't think I've ever met a girl in DR
that doesn't
or where I'm from that doesn't have a gay friend. And what happens when we do a party in the villa or we go on clubbing, like, I'm bringing my friend, the gay guy comes. There's none of that BS where people want to like put it out that way, right? Everybody individually has their own opinion, but to put it as a country problem, that's not true.
Well,
or factual.
I have just to give a little bit of, just to touch on a little history on both ends, you know, because born and raised here in the United States, New York specifically, not born in Dominican Republic, but here's something that I do know, a little bit of information that I do know. I know that we abolished slavery, or we just went through getting our rights probably 300 years ago, bro.
Yeah.
The Dominican Republic did that in the 1600s. You understand? To speak in regards to racism shouldn't even be a subject in Dominican Republic. Dominican Republic as an entire island, if you want to add Haiti, is about 85% to 90% colored.
Yeah, what's
different?
Yeah,
colors.
it's not even
the spectrum of colors. There's 10 different types of blacks, 10 levels of white, 10 levels of brown.
My mother's light skin, my father's dark skin.
Period.
Fact.
That's
and
Dominican
most
Republic.
households are just like that. What she's talking about, because she's not educated and is a young girl of 20, 22, 23 years old.
23, yeah.
Because she's not educated and comes off very ignorant. What she's trying to explain is classism.
I'm gonna cut you off on that. It's not that she's not educated. She's
not educated.
She's educated. She doesn't have the experience.
No. There's a big gap between racism and classism. And what she's identifying is classism. If you are a black charcoal, like midnight person in the Dominican Republic, and you have money, you have blue eyes. It's like you have blue eyes and green and blonde hair when you walk into a restaurant or when you walk into any establishment, right? Look at El Alfa, look at RAWCITY, look at whoever it is. Look at what they benefit from in our country, right? So what she's talking about is more classism, but that's anywhere, right? You can't tell me that people in the Bronx get the same treatment as somebody that lives in Upper West Side. Right? And that's everywhere. You go to some countries, Argentina, Colombia, anywhere else, it's everywhere. All of it is classism. When she's talking about is classism, not racism.
Fact.
Because how can we hate our brothers and sisters?
When I come
right? Because there's Dominicans that are darker than Haitians. There's light-skinned Haitians. So what you're saying, yeah. So for us to be racist would mean that we're not rocking with the light skin, only the dark skinned Haitians, but the light skinned Haitians are good, right? Colorism, classism. She needs to educate herself on what those things mean.
Ella quería brillar. Usted lo que quería brillar y la brillaron al final.
A lot of the things that, a lot of the racisms that a lot of the processes that we see here, how you can't be led into certain areas, how you can't be, they don't allow you in restaurants. These are things that we've seen. I've been to Dominican Republic in my lifetime over 30 times. And in those times that I've been there, I've never experienced anything like that. I don't even know what that is.
I was born here and I was born here, but I live out there for 8 years, bro. Never experienced none of that. Never seen that. I don't know what she's talking about.
I could tell you from myself that I've experienced it here. And
of course, yes.
Everywhere.
America's 61% Caucasian.
Dominican Republic, Caucasian population is very, very low. But
she's not talking about the Caucasians. She's talking about Dominicans being racist.
Dominicans being racist against Haitians. This is where I got mixed up because she started the right way. But then she said, like the United States, boom, 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 boom. I'm like, but there's nothing like the Dominican Republic is not like the United States.
At all.
At all, bro.
Zero.
How you even trying to compare that?
Can't compare it.
The way we coexist with each other, and live in that country's thing. The president made some other good points, so we know we're not going to play the whole video, but he spoke about name another country that has 35% of its hospital beds occupied by a different country. 35% of the and this is the point he was going to make when she turned her back to him. He said, name another country that has 35% of the hospital beds occupied by a foreign country, which is the statistic that he was going to give her is that our hospital beds, 35% of them occupied by Haitians. And because they don't have cedulas and they're not registered in the system, they're not charged a penny.
And it's free.
They do not turn down or turn back any single sick Haitian that comes to our hospitals. They treat them and they take care of them as a human, right? But the difference is when it's a Dominican person, your insurance, all of these things you have to pay out of pocket, and when it's a Haitian person, it's free. So the point he was going to make is if we hated these people so much and we're turning them down,
like that.
why would we not?
Every time.
Why would we allow them our hospital beds, our resources, and everything else that comes with it?
Mi hermano, every time, cada vez que le pasa un desastre a Haiti, every time something
The
happens,
first responders are from
the
where?
first responders are from DR. Dominican Republic is the first responder.
It's weird. It's weird. This is why I said it wasn't thought out by her. She hasn't experienced enough of Dominican Republic to be able to speak on it. Her
partner should have educated her.
Her partner probably never been to DR.
No, her partner's also putting up videos defending her girlfriend and saying that she knows that what she's saying is true. So her partner's doubling down on it.
So I guess her partner is just as ignorant. Is just as ignorant, or is a frequent visitor to Dominican Republic to speak on that.
Yeah,
because that's the only way I would be able to speak on Dominican Republic.
But they have pictures that they have on their Instagram where they embroidered the Dominican flag with the LGBTQ flag, and they combined it. Which so is also like it's like blasphemy. It's like things you don't do.
In the United States, a lot of things are accepted that is not accepted in the majority of the rest of the fucking world. And to disrespect the flag is not just burning it and stepping on it. All right? They took the face off of that flag and turned it into the the color,
LGBTQ,
all the letters and stuff. It's unacceptable for certain things to be done in Dominican.
And it's funny because if you watch a lot of the visitors that come to Dominican Republic, they say like one of the things that they love about about our country, Dominican Republic, is
hospitality.
Yeah, the hospitality, but also the patriotism that you see. There's Dominican flags all over our country.
Absolutely.
Right? And it's a thing that, like if you go to Puerto Rico, if you go to Colombia, if you go to, Costa Rica, like these places that I've been, these places also have that, right? But it's like good that we have that patriotism for our own country and love ourselves the way that we do. But I think that rubs people off the wrong way. And then, when you start getting into the ignorant stuff and not educating yourself, her girlfriend is a buffoon for allowing it, right? Because at the end of the day, if you're Dominican, then educate her on what's going on, right? And there's different ways of doing things, right? Like you cannot go to Boca Chica and go to whitewashed areas where they're actually owned by some American people, Chinese people, Albanians, Jewish people, and then talk about what's going on.
Colorism.
You can't say as a Dominican, you can't say a resort is being racist when it's owned by an Albanian or a Jewish person.
Right.
Come to Mercado Santiago.
Dale pa la 42.
Come to the barrio. Come to a drink right there in the corner and see how those people treat you. Right? See how those people take the shirts off their back, offer you a free beer, put you in a teteo, let gringo away, and show you mad love.
I'm just like, after all our Deedon said I've been to DR over 30 times, it's probably more like 20 times. Probably like 20 times, but still, I've never in the life heard anybody say some weird shit against a Haitian, to be clear.
Bro.
Never, bro.
We from? We are neighbors.
We are neighbors.
Yeah.
Where we from?
My grandfather's house, my mother's house, obviously, you get work for hire. My grandfather's house had a Dominican and a Haitian man. So a Dominican woman that helped the house out and a Haitian man. They were both family. They ate with the family. They slept in the house. So we had a little side house. The Haitian slept in the house with us, ate with us. There was no different. He was a work for hire, the same way the Dominican woman was. And he was treated the same.
Bro,
he had access to the cars in the house to go do compra. We didn't say because you're Haitian, go on foot and bring your stuff. No, he had access to the cars. We trusted him as a member of the family.
Bro, we just had a black president 8 years ago. Dominican Republic had a black president in the 1700s, guys.
Forever.
What are we talking about?
Yeah, forever.
Yeah.
We had a vice president, a woman, as a vice president before the United States did.
Facts.
Do you understand? Like I don't even understand what you trying to talk about no more.
Quería brillar y la brillan. Quería brillar. No vaya a Santo Domingo.
Yeah,
no
it's
vaya.
gonna be bad for her if she goes there.
Porque tú eres persona no grata en la República.
And she can go, right?
Nah, they gonna. You know what's crazy, bro?
Nothing's
She'll
gonna-
go and yo, bro. People will be like, yo, bro, you're the idiot that needs to learn something.
Yeah,
Let me show you.
that's what I was gonna say. She should reach out to somebody. Maybe even I hope you can reach out to him. Like, yo, come visit our country.
Right.
Because what we gotta do is, people like this are defeated with love and education.
True, 100%.
Right? Because we need to show the world, and it's funny because most of my friends that I've had these debates with, whether they're African, Jamaican, Haitian, whatever, when we get into the conversation, they usually say, "Yeah, bro, because now all Dominicans like you cool as fuck, bro. You've never made me feel any way." And I'm like, "Yo, bro, I know
It's like
thousands, I don't know, a million Dominicans, but I know thousands of Dominicans that will treat you the same way I treat you."
it's like
Who you running
like,
into?
nigga,
That's what I'm saying. It's like,
It's like the president said. You got a little group of people.
yeah.
Idiots group of motherfuckers.
But there's ignorant
who
people.
act stupid.
But there's
You know what I'm
ignorant
saying?
people everywhere. There's
Everywhere, that's
some
what he said.
Dominicans that I can't stand.
Right.
There's black people I can't stand. There's Spanish people I can't stand. There's white people I can't stand. Not because of the color of the thing. It's just because you're an ignorant human being, bro.
It's a
I don't like
personality
ignorant.
issue.
Yeah, I don't like ignorant
I don't
people.
like people
But like you spoke about, I've been to DR,
handful of times,
20,
Yeah,
30
yeah.
times, 35 times, and I eat in Pelicano. I go to Boca Chica. I go anywhere. I go to the premier restaurants. I don't go in there with a button down, and I get the same treatment.
I've never felt.
I
weird,
lived out
bro.
there for 8 years.
The thing is, right, if you go in there and you look like homeless, are you going to get worse treatment than somebody that came in there with a button down? Maybe. But that's anywhere in the world. If you look like you can't afford a $200, $300 bill,
You're gonna be looked at a little different.
and that's anywhere in the world, right? We can't escape that as human beings.
It's not just Dominican
As human beings, we have that natural
prejudice.
yeah, right. And it's like that's not a Dominican Republic issue. That's not something that's big in our country.
It's a world issue, bro.
I've brought friends, even here, like my mother was born in Dominican Republic, my grandmother was born in Dominican Republic. You got like Yabby, for example, one of my childhood friends. We're gonna bring him in here for
Shouts out to Yabby, bro.
yeah, we're gonna bring him out here for episode. But every day before school, he would come to my house. Right, me and him went to 6B together. My grandmother will make him mango, egg and cheese in my house.
Normal.
My black friend, my grandmother that's from the racist country that came here, only had like 4 or 5 years in America at the time, was making breakfast for my black friends and myself before school. Right, so you can't say that because the way we coexist here, the way we coexist there, is the same shit. It's like, and she needs to come to the barrio and see how we handle.
Yeah.
She won't be able.
I hope they do that. They fly her out.
She
there
would
and
not
show
be
her.
able to tell the difference between a Haitian and a Dominican if she comes to the hood.
No.
I would go as far as to say that as a white, black, or any color within the spectrum that you are in Dominican Republic, you will be treated better there and received better there
Than Dominican.
than you would here in the United States.
100%.
Sometimes, but the thing is that we treat our tourists better than we treat ourselves.
Yeah.
That
You go to a club or you go to a restaurant and you're a tourist, and the local Dominican is trying to go to that thing, they'll give you the table before they give it to the person because they know you're coming with American dollars. So like that whole, is like at the end of the day, if you are experiencing some type of prejudice or colorism or classism in Dominican Republic,
homophobia.
yeah, I will tell you to check yourself. Because sometimes we're loud as human beings. We're obnoxious. We're destroying Airbnbs. We're going to restaurants. We're being like buffoons. And then we say, oh, these people don't like us. Yeah, but you just broke a television in the Airbnb. That got nothing to do with it. If you would have been respectful, you would have been treated with respect. So, but if you are respectful, let's say you did everything the correct way and you're experiencing that, then that's that human being. You cannot give it to the entire country and say that the entire country is that way.
Racist.
It's
That's
impossible.
weird shit.
It's
That's weird
impossible.
shit.
No way.
I'm not. I'm not.
La brillar, la brillar.
I'm not with that.
No.
Whatever she was talking about.
No. Absolutely not. I'm a hood. Look, I got tattoos.
We don't approve
jewelry,
that message.
all of this stuff.
You would think
I'm a hood.
Raw City don't approve.
I'm a hoodlum in Dominican Republic, and they allow me in the most prestige restaurants.
Absolutely.
I am not going the way I dress in DR to these restaurants. I'm not going to be allowed in the prestige restaurants in here.
Nope. 100% not.
Jewish owned, this owned.
Bro, you won't go into I can name a restaurant in the Bronx right now that you won't go dress.
No, they don't allow
the way we
us.
dress. You're not
but
allowed.
They have subjective dress codes.
Right.
Oh, no shorts, but then you see somebody of lighter skin than you go in with cargo shorts and flip flops.
Facts.
Right?
Fact.
You don't see that in our country.
You don't see that in Dominican
Right?
Republic.
Our country is a country that's very welcoming, very warm.
We don't keep kids in cages.
Yeah, she was talking about some crazy stuff.
Who does that?
And it's funny because she was talking about the prejudice that we have, to Haitian women, and Abinader was about to kill her. 35% of those beds are Haitian, right? I can almost guarantee that half of that is probably with Haitian pregnant women.
No. Or you misunderstood. Bro, hospital beds in general,
35%.
35% of them are all Haitian.
Yeah, I'm saying. And now, take half of that, and they're probably pregnant Haitian women. Maybe 15 or 20%.
That's what he meant. That's exactly what he meant.
35% is everybody sick, everything.
No. Giving birth.
Yeah.
That's what he's talking about.
No, it's not only birth.
No, it's
he was
not
talking
only
in
birth.
general.
Hospital bed.
Yeah, sick, everything.
Yeah. Okay.
But she specifically said
say
that we're
10% of that
prejudiced to Haitian. Because remember, why she brought that up is if a Haitian is born in Dominican Republic, they're Dominican.
100%.
So she was saying we show prejudice to them. We wouldn't allow you to give birth here if we were prejudiced. We would say, get the hell out of the country because you're pregnant and go give birth across the border. We're allowing you to birth your child in our country knowing that your child now will be able to have access to our country.
Right.
We're not even going after that.
For free, though.
For free.
99. Free 99.
It's not even. You can't give birth in this country for free.
No.
It's a bill. It's a $34,000 bill.
Mandan un bill,
$50K.
So I don't. And he made a good point. He said you need to understand the world wants us to help them. We are a poor country.
As well. Bro.
We are a poor country as well.
Yeah.
We don't have the resources.
The Haitian problem, like we've been saying,
is a world
problem.
100%.
And it being a world problem, we made the point earlier. We're still the first responders, bro.
Yep. And I would love.
Give us our fucking credit.
And I would love anybody.
People have to understand, bro. It's just, what this situation is, money is being lost on both sides.
Yeah, of course.
Like everybody's.
And I would love anybody that I personally know that shares her sentiments, that maybe feels the way she feels. I would invite you to the Dominican Republic with me. I want to take you to where I'm from. I want to take you to my family's house. I want to show you how you're going to be treated.
Fact.
I want to show you how the little kids in the neighborhood are going to walk you to the store. They're going to hold you by your finger. You're going to have a 4 or 5 year old holding you by your finger, walking to your store,
showing you around,
treating you with respect, and before you know it, they're going to be calling you tia and tío. And that's the country that we know, that's the country that we respect, that's the country that we love.
Esa gente lo metemos a comer caña con los haitianos.
It's over, man.
She tried it, bro.
The worst thing you're going to get over there is they're going to be trying to marry you for a visa.
She tried it.
They're going to be hitting on you.
She really tried to shit in front of the world.
Yeah, bro.
She really tried to shit.
She tried it.
I'm embarrassed for her. And the crazy thing is that this young lady had 1,000 followers on Instagram.
She gotta have.
She got 11,000.
Last time I checked, it was 12,000.
Look at that.
So that means there's 11,000 people that agreed with her, and we can't take away the way she feels.
No, you have to understand. A lot of people follow her to go in on.
She's public page, so you don't have to follow her to do that.
Oh, okay.
All right, so let's say from that 11,000, maybe half of that agrees with her.
Right.
People have their opinion of our country, right? Yeah. People have their opinion of every country. And we spoke about in the last episode. How many islands, not a peninsula, not a continent, how many islands have 25 million people split in half, 12 and a half on this side, 12 and a half on that side, coexisting? Not a lot. And that's what the point he was trying to make, that she would not allow. We are in a touchy, rough situation that we try to make the best of.
I would love to say, I would say that I think that we're the only island with two different types of people split that way.
Yeah. It's usually like a million here that just
there's no border.
Yeah, no, they inhabitants of our country.
Pockets.
Yeah, they're inhabitants of our country.
Yeah,
not that we literally split the same island.
Yeah, I don't think that. I don't think that exists.
No, where?
DR.
Nowhere. Yeah. And it's funny, right? This is totally a different subject.